Okay.
Yes, we're back on now. So, good evening, sir, and welcome to yet another interesting time where we get to look at the World
So
Cup.
good
So
evening,
far,
sir, and
it's been an
welcome
interesting
to
watch.
yet another interesting
Group
time
stage games.
where we get to look at.
I'm getting some feedback.
That's fine. It's fine now. You're clear. Hello? Hello? Msoko, can you hear me? Mhm. Microphone check. Hello?
Yes, let's take it from the top again. I was having some feedback issues on your end.
Okay.
So, yeah, all right. So, welcome. We are back to talk about all things the World Cup.
Oh, can you see Lumono was
Lumino
in the
there
chat?
is your, yeah, I've sent for him. So we are going to look at the 10 African teams, 9 out of 10 African teams making it into the round of 32. Let me just try and send a link to Lumino to join us. I'll be back shortly.
Okay. Muy interesante. Again, if you're joining us, this is the Talking Bola 360 podcast. We're discussing all things FIFA World Cup 26, celebrating the achievements of the African teams as well. They've done us proud. Only Tunisia was eliminated in the first round of games, that is the group stages. Nine of our competing teams are still in contention for that World Cup, that elusive World Cup. Am I audible?
No, just a moment.
Okay.
Right. Let's get right into it. So, like we've said, we are looking at 9 out of 10 African teams making it to the round of 32. Has the quality also, we are asking the question, has the quality of the World Cup reduced due to the increased number of teams? Also, we are looking at the tournament favorites delivering mixed bags, Portugal, Spain, and also a look at African teams' chances of making it into the last 16, starting with South Africa, who take on Canada. Your quick thoughts. Africa with 90% progression rate from the group stages, followed by Europe, who have a 13%, 83% progression rate. How do you
Yeah,
respond to
indeed.
that section?
It's a great achievement for African football, showing the progress, showing the talent, and the hard work that has been put into African football. Commendations to all the teams that have managed to go through. Of course, Tunisia were eliminated by the second game, but the rest of the teams have shown mettle. They have shown quality when need be, and it shows. It shows that Africa is no longer an underdog.
It shows that Africa is no longer an underdog. What do you think has been a major contributor to this showing on the global, on the ultimate stage from the African teams, particularly when you look at the African Cup of Nations and how it's been maligned by the people from Europe? Where do you think Africa is getting it right this time around?
Well, Africa has never lacked quality, never lacked the talent. We know because most of the leagues that we watch have been awash with African talent. We can talk of the great Mohamed Salah in Merseyside. We can talk of Didier Drogba, the king of the Stamford Bridge, and of Wembley. We can there a whole host of names, a galaxy of stars that we can talk about. But there's been a shift in African football of late. Most of the teams that are doing very well at this tournament are teams that have managed to retain most of their star players, especially those that are uh, abroad, those that are raised maybe in foreign countries like France or England. You can take note of Cote d'Ivoire, you can take note of Senegal, you can take note of even Cape Verde and Morocco. Some of their main players or their star players are coming from academies in Europe, so they are technically sound. So we're benefiting now from Europe as it was that Europe was benefiting from African talent. Now it is
Yeah.
us now benefiting from Europe.
Yeah, it's been indeed a great shift, and if you've seen how African teams so far have been doing, you can attest that even the quality of the Africa Cup of Nations has greatly improved. We saw the highly
Sure, sure.
anticipated final. If you look at the last edition of the AFCON, the only blemish on it was the decision that was made outside the pitch, and also some questionable refereeing when it came to Morocco. Otherwise, you take out that it was a very competitive tournament. And yeah, it will be interesting to see what Africa does going forward. And for me, I'm particularly happy because it has shown that the continent deserved the increasing number of slots. This was not handed out, but we actually deserve them as a continent. Now, moving forward, we are hoping to be joined by Mura, Mr. Zambian Football, and also Lumina have shared the link with him, should be able to hop in. But that being said, if you are joining us, you feel free to find our content on TikTok, Talking Bola 360, as well as on Spotify with the same name, Talking Bola 360. Feel free to also share, like, and comment our content here and on all platforms. But moving forward, this being a debate, I've seen some Nigerians that have since been labeled bitter, who are actually saying that the quality of the AFCON has really, as the World Cup rather, has significantly reduced due to the format and everything. And Carlos Queiroz, interestingly, I don't know what he was aiming to achieve by making those comments. What number did Ghana come out in their group?
Uh, Ghana had 4 points,
They had 2 points, yes.
and yeah, they had 4 points, and even didn't Croatia also have 4 points, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, they had 4 or 6. Should be 6.
4 points. And Croatia was
Probably 6.
qualified ahead of Ghana, isn't it? On
Yeah,
the
because
second
Croatia
place.
beat Ghana. They beat Ghana yesterday. They
Yeah,
had 1 point, is it?
yeah. So
I think they had 1 point.
so so Carlos Queiroz coming out and saying the also he feels the World Cup is lacking in quality. And we've seen European commentators also uttering those questions, those sentiments, of which personally I disagree. I think we had the same feelings towards the expansion of Euro when we saw the Euros 2016. That was the first time the Euros had 24 teams, and the Euros are the ones who came up with this idea of the third best placed teams. And we all know how that ended. Portugal went through the group stages like they have at the World Cup, 3 games without a win. They drew all their group stage games, and then they crept into the gear in last season, and the story is well known. And we saw Africa adopting the same style. And we saw Ivory Coast, who barely survived because Zambia couldn't beat Morocco or even hold Morocco. Remember, we are the ones who pushed Ivory Coast into the next round in that
Yeah, I
AFCON that they had
remember.
to win. Yeah, yeah, they went on and
Well,
they went to win. And I feel we need stories like that. That's what makes tournament football different. I mean, tournament football shouldn't be like your usual league football. It has to have a sense of jeopardy and it has to have very weird stories. Isn't it why we love it?
uh, the comment, I see where they're coming from, because the door has been opened for teams like Curacao to make it, but they didn't make it because they were gifted that chance. They made it because they
Exactly.
deserved to be in this tournament. Whatever you might think about Curacao and their brand of football and their quality of football, they earned their right to be there. Why is Italy not at the World Cup? Why
Despite the
is
expansion.
why is Nigeria not at the World Cup?
Exactly.
These are those also teams lacking in quality? What will we say? You see,
I
so
don't think so.
I
That's
think although we can. we can definitely say that the quality of Curacao obviously is not going to match the quality of Germany, but that is always football. There's always that story. Even if you reduce it to 32 teams, there will always be that underdog versus the
There'll
big
always be
dog
Haiti.
kind of story.
Haiti have always been there, haven't they?
We had North Korea in 2010 as well. They were
Mm.
there. Is it North Korea? Yes, should be North Korea.
Yes, North Korea were
We
there.
we North Korea are not giants in any kind of maybe in under 17 women's football, but not in men's football. They have not a lot of things to note of to say they are giants. So I think the comments, you can see where they are coming from, but every team that is there for a reason. We've seen the same Curacao draw against Ecuador. We've seen Cape Verde hold the European champions to a goalless draw. We've seen these stories because the federation has given chance for teams like Cape Verde to have their shine as well at the world stage. I don't think it has reduced in quality. It has increased in jeopardy because
Yeah,
there's
and that's what tournament football is all about, isn't it? Jeopardy. We
it is
want
about the
jeopardy.
jeopardy. We live for
Yeah,
the
that's all.
jeopardy. We live for the entertainment at the end of the day as fans.
Yeah.
The if it is reduced in quality, if it has reduced in what quality exactly? I'm failing to understand. If it has reduced in
I'm
quality,
also
beat the
failing
teams that you're
because
supposed to beat.
hey,
You always have to beat the
I
teams that you're supposed to beat.
and also you can only beat teams that have been placed in front of you because you cannot be saying, okay, you are Cape Verde. You are not expected to beat Netherlands when Netherlands are not with you in the group. And also, if you know that you can qualify by drawing all your three games, why not do it? I mean, football has three results: draw, lose, or win. So you pick your poison. So, well,
Indeed.
for me, the debate is neither here nor there. This is Italy crying
And
because they've always
we
thought
did
they
have some of the exciting teams were between the so-called small teams. We've
yeah,
seen Bosnia score a lot of goals at this tournament. We've seen Cape Verde have the most exciting games at this tournament. All their games have
yeah,
been bangers. They played against
yeah.
Saudi, it was a great match. They played against Uruguay, great match. They played against Spain, it was a great match. We watched all of those games because Cape Verde have brought the excitement to this tournament. Are
Yeah.
they a great team? Are they a great World Cup team? No, this is when they're starting
No.
out their history. They're writing history. And if you ask anyone from Curacao, if you ask anyone from Cape Verde, you ask anyone from, say, I almost said Ghana, but they'll forgive me. But if you ask anyone from those countries, are they proud that their team is there? Of course. Are they watching even at 3 in the morning? Of course, because that is football and that is passion.
And that's why we love the beautiful game. So this cries, I think Italy and some African teams that have always thought they have a birthright to be at the every World Cup are finding out the hard way, and they are not standing easy seeing their friends progress to their next round. But that's a story for another day. Let's move and look at most people's favorites before the tournament, Spain, and their performances. A draw against Cabo Verde, um, a narrow win against Uruguay, and they beat the lowly Saudi Arabia. Obviously, you expect them to beat Saudi. What have you made of their performances so far, being one of the tournament favorites?
Ah, well, they haven't. Um, it's been a mix for Spain. Though they are unbeaten, they haven't conceded a goal at this stage in the World Cup. Um, they've beaten who they're supposed to beat. Of course, the Cape Verde game was a freak game for them. They had all the chances, or perhaps all the shots, but they couldn't find the means to beat Vozinha in goal. They missed Lamine in the first game. We saw that in the second game, the enterprise that he brings, how he carries the ball into attack. They missed a whole lot of that because without him, they lack that dynamism from midfield, especially Pedri isn't lighting up the World Cup as yet. We've seen Rodri as well. Just being Rodri, they've been safe in midfield. They've not been as adventurous as maybe a previous Spanish midfields that we can remember from yesteryears. And uh, to be fair, they are not that kind of Spain team that will um, pass it around and then tiki taka all their way to the goal. They are not kind of those midfielders. They will need Lamine and Williams on the wings or anyone else there to just bring that width and that creativity in attack. So far, it's been an alright tournament for them. They haven't really faced up to like great challenges from teams, but again, you can only beat who you are who you are given, and they've done that. So kudos to them so far. Next test is Austria, is it? In the round of
Yeah.
32.
So let's move to Portugal, France, and Argentina. And for me, my other team that I would like to add is Brazil. Portugal have been underwhelming, but I saw some
Yo,
some interesting opinion where someone
there's
said,
always opinions around Portugal.
yeah, but this opinion was rather interesting. It was not touching Ronaldo. He was saying basically that he feels Portugal have been playing itself in the group stages, and we are likely to see them unleashed in the knockout games now. Do you share the same sentiments?
No, no. In as much as I would want to agree with that kind of statement, Portugal have just been poor. When they went up against Congo, they were poor. They lacked any creative impetus. We said, okay, this is one of the best midfields at the tournament on paper, and it hasn't been so on the field. You can argue that against Congo had the better midfield than them. You can argue also against Colombia. I think James Rodriguez created like 10 chances compared to Portugal's 2 chances created in the whole game. That shows
And you
you
expect
the
Ronaldo to score.
um, Ronaldo. The thing is,
Did
Ronaldo
those two chances?
is not Ronaldo. The Ronaldo that would decide games all by himself. Like he would do that those days. Nowadays, he can't take the ball from the midfield and dribble the whole pitch and then score. He can't do that anymore. He needs creativity around him. He's still one of the best finishers in the box. One of the some of the best movements in the box as well. We saw that against Uzbekistan when he scored that first goal. We saw he still has that, but around him, Bruno has been underwhelming. He has always been underwhelming in a Portugal shirt. Uh, Vitinha is not looking like the best midfielder in the world right now.
So, in
Um,
conclusion, do you see them going anywhere further than
it will
the?
be it will be very
How
difficult.
far?
I At the
How far
start
do
of
you
the
see them
tournament, I
going?
remember when we started talking about Portugal at the start of the tournament, I said some of the things that will limit them is a Roberto Martinez. Like his brand of football is very passive, very boring. It lacks that dynamism. It's like they lack ideas. They just keep the ball for the sake of keeping the ball. There's no purpose to their possession. You have again. I don't see the emphasis of playing Pedro Neto every time because as he has shown for Chelsea, he's not that guy. He's not that guy.
Mm.
Leao
Mm.
is inconsistent as well in a similar manner. So it was always going to be who do they put around Ronaldo for me.
Yeah.
I
Do you
actually
still see?
suggested, if you remember, we suggested that they go with wing backs. That would have been better for them.
Yeah. Do you still see France, Argentina going all the way? How far do you see France going? And how
Sure.
far do you see
France,
Argentina going?
France is a team to beat at this tournament. France is a team to beat. They have the best talent. They have the best players. Um, and then again, they have. I think they are playing with a point to prove.
So how far
That's
do you see
the
them
one
going?
thing.
Having said
I
that,
see them in the final. I think I see them lifting the cup, winning the cup.
how about Argentina? Messi has been on song. He scored again today.
Well, with Argentina, no denying the talent that they have. Also off the bench, they have some quality players coming off the bench as well. If you are able to substitute Lautaro for Julian Alvarez, I mean, your squad is stacked. But
Yeah.
with Argentina, I don't. In as much as they are world champions, I don't think they have the same hunger as they had last time. Messi is just playing. He is not really running games, and he's not supposed to. He's 30, 38, 39 now.
38.
He's not the same Messi. Yes, he's not the same Messi that he can score, but his playmaking powers are not as great as they were. But we'll see. Messi is Messi. When it comes to playing against um, a more equal opponent, we'll see how they respond.
We'll
Because
see. We'll see how it goes. I've been rushing you through these commentaries because I want to focus. I want us to focus our energies on the African interest, especially in the round of 16 where we have a round of 32 where we have a massive 9 teams. So we are starting tonight. South Africa up against Canada. I'm backing South Africa to get the result here.
one thing I've loved about Hugo Bruce, when the first game it didn't work, he went with five at the back. It didn't work. That was just the wrong decision. I think,
Because our poor.
um, yeah, that's not the South Africa that we have come to know. They always play 4-3-3 or 4-4-2, and he reverted back to type. We saw it against even the Czech Republic and
Yeah,
against Korea.
yeah.
They did come up tops, and just from today as well, the lineup they saw it wasn't working with Lyle Foster. He's been dropped for a couple of games now. It wasn't working with Reyners as well. He got dropped as well, and I love that he has gone with Mofokeng, game changer, great talent. I said it. He's one of the young talents to watch at this tournament. He proved it
Yeah, yeah,
against
you did.
Korea, and
Mm,
I'm sure he will prove it again in this game with Canada as well. He's gone with a very proactive team, definitely respecting Canada, but again not respecting them too much. So we hope to see the best of what the Bafana have to bring tonight.
Are you backing them to get a result here?
Definitely. Canada is not. They are not world beaters. Of
No,
course,
they
they have
don't.
some. They have some great talent in there. Jonathan David, of course, who's been their main man, scored a hat trick.
Mm,
But apart from that, I don't think Bafana have anything to be afraid of.
I hope they don't go with the mentality they had against Mexico because that will kill them. Anyway, that said, the DRC up against England.
This one will be an interesting watch.
Yeah,
Of course, one Bisaka against his other country. We'll
yeah.
see
And
how
as well
he
as Axel
performs.
Tuanzebe there.
Yeah, Axel Tuanzebe, of course, with the English roots.
Mm,
One Bisaka versus Rashford again. The stories are writing themselves. Will be
mm,
very interesting watch. The DRC have
mm,
proved to be a nut to crack against Portugal. Of course, they showed compactness in their midfield. They can go physically. They can go up against any midfield. I think at this World Cup they can
mm,
compete. Defensively, Chancellor Mbemba has been a leader and a rock. You have players like Mutosami in the midfield, stalwart. England struggle against teams like this, especially African teams, for some reason,
Tuko
and
says they will
they'll be
get
like,
better. The more they go, that's what he said. They will get better. And yeah, this thing.
yeah, it does. It does happen in tournament football that teams kick on as the games amp up. They have the big game players.
I cannot
The
seem to get you. I had lost you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, I can get you. Yeah. Yeah, go on, go on.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes. Please go on.
Okay. So the English team has the players to win any big game. Jude Bellingham is kicking on. He's been their main man at this tournament. Scored and assisted in the last game against Panama as well. They'll be lacking. I think they'll be without Rhys James. They don't have a proper left back for now. I think O'Reilly is not as trusted by Tuchel for some reason best
He
known to
doesn't
him.
like
Uh,
players like O'Reilly, does he? Anyway, how do you see that
um,
game? Do you see DRC getting a result, or England will be too much for them?
I think this will be going to extra time.
Yeah, yeah, and penalties might as well decide it. Will be an interesting watch indeed. Cabo Verde up against the defending champions Argentina. Your quick thoughts.
uh,
Who is getting the result there
well,
without going into much details, because we've spoken about both teams already.
the quality of Argentina will shine through, but the fight of Cabo Verde will not be absent in this game. They'll be in this game. They don't have any pressure on them. Let them just have fun, go for it. If they lose, they lose. There's no shame in losing to the world champions, but
Who's
just
getting the
show
results?
up.
Cabo
Argentina.
Verde beating Argentina.
Argentina will definitely come through.
Okay, Morocco up against the Orange.
A tasty fixture.
Coach Franklin's favorites to go all the way. I'm giving.
It's. I think. I wanted to say that I feel sorry for Morocco that they had to meet the Netherlands at this stage. But then again, to be the best, you have to beat the best. If we are saying Morocco
I
has
think
improved
they have what
greatly,
it takes to go punch for punch
definitely,
with the Netherlands. I think
definitely,
so.
they're no longer underdogs
No,
on
they
the
are
world
not.
stage.
No.
So they have nothing to fear against this Dutch team. They can. It is a beatable team, but uh, the attack is kicking on. Brian Bobby is on song, and when he's on song, he can be unstoppable. So we'll see. Here, I'm still leaning with the orange.
With the Orange. Who
Sorry,
else is
Morocco.
playing?
I
No,
really
no,
hope
no is
Morocco
playing
win.
who?
Norway. Norway is who's playing Sweden?
No, Sweden is getting beat.
Sweden is with France.
Yes, they are getting a whooping there.
Norway. Is it an African team? Ivory Coast. It's Ivory Coast.
Yes, Ivory
It's
Coast.
Ivory Coast.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
It's Ivory Coast. That would be a tasty fixture as well. It's not a walkover for Norway. I've been telling you to watch out for this Ivorian team. Pepe has revived himself at this tournament. Amad Diallo is bowling out, Diomande as well. So they have some of the best wingers at this tournament. They'll just have to be very clinical up front. Choosing one to go, I would say Ivory Coast. go through
Ivory Coast got. Do you see
against all odds.
Algeria making it? Do you see Algeria, Egypt? How far do you see them going?
Egypt can definitely beat Australia. They're not. Uh, I think they have. Egypt has a better squad than Australia. They have had a better tournament than Australia so far. They have the quality to go past this Australian team. So I believe Egypt will make it to the round of 16. For Algeria, they have proven that they can score goals, but they have proven that they can leak goals as well. So on the day, uh,
I think they are one of the weakest teams to go through from the continent.
indeed. I think their defense and Lucas Zidane as well hasn't been. Of course, they had a problem with their goalkeeping department, picking up injuries. Lucas Zidane is also playing with an injury. We've seen the face mask that he's putting on. Uh, it's hard to see Algeria go through,
Yeah, it's very, very hard. It's bleak. Senegal.
especially against Switzerland. Senegal is with Belgium. Um, it's no longer a
I
golden
mean,
generation. This is more like a broken generation now. Uh, I have
but
nothing. I have no good things to say about Belgium, especially at this World Cup. I think Senegal have been given a lifeline with that Iraqi 5-0 win. They need to kick on in this tournament. They should at least make the quarterfinals. If they beat Belgium, that would be a very big booster for them to go as far as they can in this tournament.
to go as far as they can in this tournament, and that is as far as we can go tonight. Any other team we haven't discussed before we call it a night?
Brazil,
Oh, who is Brazil playing in the round of 32?
Japan. They're
That will
playing
be a
Japan
test fixture. That will be a
tomorrow.
test fixture.
Definitely.
That will be
Japan
a
have,
test
have
fixture.
proven to they have a very good attack. They've scored in every game that they have played at this tournament. Brazil has looked shaky. Is even at the
But
back.
come on,
So
come on, come on, come on. You know, I find the Brazil looking shaky. Talk. Like you people are forgetting that they have Don Carlo on the bench. Have you ever seen a Don Carlo team, a convincing Don Carlo team? Even at Madrid,
yes,
we
I
all know
have.
how they
Okay. Even when I have, I think it was with
I mean, I
some of
mean
the
in
best.
the, I mean in the recent times.
One of the
No,
teams that I
elimination.
used to follow a lot was AC Milan
No, I
when they
mean in
had
our generation, in this century, not century,
in this
in the
decade.
20s. Yeah, in this decade, have you seen any stable Don Carlo team?
No, they're trying a lot of things to stabilize that defense. Of course, Marquinhos and Gabriel seems to be the preferred partnership at the back. He has settled for Danilo in most of the games at right back, and is it Douglas Santos on the left as well. They've not been bad. They've not been awful at the back. It's the midfield that sometimes they tend to be overrun, which they looked better against Scotland. But then again, Scotland were shocking on the day, but uh, they're getting there. They're getting there. I think with Rafinha, who was playing with an injury, now definitely ruled out, and the energy of Ryan on that flank was very exceptional against. It brought a certain kind of balance,
We are back
especially
in
when they went
business.
4-4-2 with Vinny and Cunha up front. The dynamism that those guys have to drop in and then push on. One comes back, one goes. That was quite lethal. Hopefully they can do
Well,
something
how far
against
do you
Japan.
see them go? How far do you see them go? without
I think they can go
explaining.
as far as the semis.
No, we are going for it all. We are going all out. We are want to stop dictator Mbappe, but anyway, been a lot of been interesting speaking to you. Mova and Lumuno, of course, they couldn't join us, but please do make sure that you catch us on TikTok as well as Spotify and share this broadcast as much as you can. Mark, always a pleasure and looking forward to
Always, always.
discussing the round of 32. So, out of 9, how many African teams do you fancy going from, by my count, 4, going through to the next round?
5.
Sorry, 5. So,
5.
for me, it's South Africa. For me, it's South Africa, Senegal, Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Ivory Coast, no?
Ivory Coast. Which other one?
For me, I'm going with Congo.
Oh,
Congo
Congo.
are
Congo over England.
knocking out England. Yes.
Wow. I'm going with Morocco knocking out Netherlands.
Ah.
That's my board prediction.
We are now chilling with the big boys.
Yeah, I'm going with Morocco taking out Netherlands. If they can stay compact, not concede in the first 20 minutes of the opening half,
And that's the
stay
thing, though,
compact.
with Morocco, they always stay in the game. That's the thing that has really,
Yeah.
really given them this run of form that they have had. They always stay
Yeah.
in games. They always give themselves a chance, and
Yeah,
that's
the
a good
longer
thing.
the longer it stays level, the higher the chances Morocco will have of snatching something. I hope Saibari will be on song that he won't need 3 chances to take one.
And remember,
I hope.
he's well acquainted with Netherlands football because he
Yes,
was from PSV, of course, now with Bayern, but
with Bayern.
PSV.
Yeah. I think I'm fancying them. Brahim Diaz should be able to be in business. So for me, that's my bold call. Congo, England. We'll see how that goes. All the best to you. But yeah, Wisa seems to be enjoying himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've nothing to fear against England.
yeah. And knocking out England, you become a darling of the English media because that's what the English media
Definitely.
wants. They want Tuchel to
Yeah,
fail. We all know that. They'll be happy if he delivered the World Cup, but can he? Anyway, with just a few minutes, just under a quarter to kick off, I'll let you go and enjoy Bafana as they kick one of the host countries out of this year's World Cup. Until then,
sure.